Hey guys, back with another video for the at-home training series. And yesterday I featured one piece of training equipment, that was the valve slide. So we kind of showed you how you can manipulate that piece of equipment and use that for an entire session. That was a lower body and a core training session with the valve slides. Today I'm going to feature just one exercise. It's a super popular exercise. We don't use it a lot at the athletic way, just because there's so many things that can actually go wrong with it, and that's what I'm going to show you right now because I've been seeing this more and more and more on the internet. So if you are doing this, then we want to make sure you're doing it right. And rethinking it, it's not a bad exercise, again, if the execution is proper. And that's basically all the exercises that we have. There are obviously a few that are just not great exercises that we don't do. This is an exercise that you can manipulate and it's okay. And that's the burpee, okay? So the issue with the burpee, first and foremost, is that a lot of us don't have the range of motion at the hips, which also then begets the spinal issues, okay? So what I mean by that, so the burpee, if you don't know what that is, it's kind of come down, the full burpee is a push-up, or up, or jumping, and we repeat, okay? So if we don't have the hip mobility, when we go into this, as I go down, I run out of hip room, I then flex on the spine, okay? So as I go in and out of that pattern, and then I come up, and I flex the spine, and I jump through. Spinal flexion extension is not great. That irritates discs in the back, that just irritates the spinal structure altogether. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to make sure we have adequate hip mobility to do this. Okay, so there's a warm-up video that I did a while back, so you can kind of go ahead and reference that. Once you have the range of motion, the adequate range of motion, then you just have to think about the pattern too. So I'm not just kind of bending over down into the pattern, I'm actually shifting my hips back to get to that pattern, bottom position, and then getting into it, okay? So what we want to see on a true full burpee is hips go back, out, good push up, hips under, jump, get it again, and from there, okay? So that's a proper burpee. If you can do that, good, go for it. If you can't, what I'm about to show you is a way that we can modify it, okay? So you take an elevated surface, whether that's a box, a bench, stairs, if that's the last resort there, okay? You just don't go down quite as far, obviously, right? So I'm here, so now I have the hip range of motion in this position, and get into that box, out, up, jump, boom, out, up, jump, go from there, okay? So it limits the range of motion at the hips, so you don't need to get into that full flexion extension issue, okay? The next piece, or the two pieces left on the burpee that we usually see as an issue are the push-up, okay? That's one of them. If you can't do a proper push-up, don't try to go for speed and go into that push-up position, okay? Because a lot of times what we'll see is that athletes will drop into that push-up, they don't have enough core strength yet, they get that huge extension position, come out of that, and then boom, there's that extension position again. So a lot of back play through that, okay? So make sure you have adequate strength for the push-up. If, again, you don't have adequate strength for the push-up, you can then once again use an elevated surface. So I'm back down into it, elevated surface, easier to get that push-up, and then going from there, okay? The last piece that is part of the burpee that some of us aren't fit to do so because of joint impact is the jump itself, okay? So we see a lot of athletes that maybe they can do the range of motion, they have the push-up, but when they go for their jump, they have either hip, ankle, knee issues that come from that. It all depends on our training history and our athletic history, but sometimes that's an issue. So what can we do? Don't jump, okay? Just because the full burpee includes a push-up and a jump doesn't mean you have to do that. Okay, so that might just be here, up, down, push up, back down, push up, okay. So those are the issues with the burpee and how you can still use the burpee, but modify it to what you need, okay? So what do you do with that? Typically burpees are used as finishers at the end of sessions, or you can do a standalone burpee session, okay? So you could do anything like 20 seconds on, 20 seconds off, or 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. So you're doing 20 seconds of work of burpees, 10 or 20 second break, another round, 20 seconds on, 10 or 20 seconds off, and just go for a certain amount of rounds. Or you could do a certain amount of burpees, so let's say 10 burpees, you take that break, hit another 10 burpees, take a little bit of break, okay? If you have just a few minutes and you have 5 minutes to do, burpee's not a bad selection because it is a full body movement when executed properly. Okay, so cool, so take that, if you're doing burpees, make sure you take those things into consideration, hit the burpee properly, it's a good exercise if you can hit it properly, if not, you're probably gonna work yourself into some back pain, hip pain, knee pain, all kinds of stuff that we don't wanna do, especially right now. Okay guys, cool, so any questions, shoot me an email, Kyle@theathleticway. If you want a more specific program to yourself, that might include some burpees in there too, again, shoot me an email, Kyle@theathleticway, and we can get that set up for you. All right, we'll be back tomorrow with another video.